sad, dig dug, sushi. Or 01/17/1706, Benjamin Franklin's birthday. You did it. My name is Nick Mabry, your 3D coach, and yes, the pimple is still there. We learned how to pass any test and vividly hallucinating the letter A taking a dump while eating McDonald's. So how do we memorize numbers? You can't memorize numbers. That is cuckoo bananas talk. You can't assign meaning or violence to a number. So if we take our numbers and turn them into letters, we can turn them into words like we did last week with regular words. Okay, I'll shut up and show you. If you look at this handy dandy list that you should screenshot, by the way, each number has a consonant associated with it. I will tell you how to memorize those next. It's not as hard as you think it will be. So when you want to remember a number, say 314 or 3.14, which is the first 3 digits of pi, the number, not private investigator, we would turn that into letters. The 3 is an M, the 1 is a T or a D, and then the 4 is an R. So now we have MTR or MDR. It doesn't matter, you just kind of choose which one works for you. If I went with MDR, and I'm saying that kind of sounds like mutter, which sounds like a Newfoundland accent, saying mother.
Just like mother used to say.
How's your father? How's your mother?
I would picture like this Newfoundland guy in like the whole fisherman's coat and hat, and his mom is standing just beside him and she's holding a pie, and the fisherman is like so happy to see her. He's saying mother, but in the accent that I'm bad at. And because she's holding a pie, that's gonna remind me that this number, mutter, 3.14, is pi. But you're gonna say, but mutter, the word mutter, if I spelled it out, that would have 2 Ds. Well, my friend, it doesn't matter because you hear the D once. What matters is the sound. So I hear the M once, I hear the D once, and I hear the R once. If it was 3114, you would have to change it and put more vowels between the Ds. So you could say, my daughter, but mutter is just 314 because you only hear the D once. Let's just move on. If you are freaking out about this, I would hazard a guess that it's because translating numbers to consonants and back seems very complicated. It is not as hard as you think it is. If you did take a screenshot of that stuff, and if you go over them at your own pace, you'll get it. But instead of just looking at it and trying to memorize it, we're going to use our superpowered caveman brain again. The number 1 is a T or a D. Just add another cross to it in your head. It makes a T. If you want a D, just continue that line over like that. Now you have a D. For the number 2, just rotate that baby 90 degrees to the right. You got yourself an N. And for 3, you guessed it, turn that 90 degrees counterclockwise. You got yourself an M. For the number 4, you just spell it out. And the R is the sound that it makes. So in your head, you could also say 4 and then really capitalize that R. For 5, you could just hold up your hand and see that your index finger and your thumb make an L. Now the number 6 is kind of like a mirror image J, right? Like that. So if you picture a 6 and then you mirror image it, then maybe erase a little bit of it. Kind of looks like a J. And then you'll also have to remember that J sounds like sh or sounds like ch. It's not the easiest to remember, but it is very doable. All right, 7, just turn that bad boy into a K, K. Or if you had a 7 and you mirror imaged it, it would kind of look like that. And then you just add a line down here. And now that is your K right here. And you'll also have to remember that K sounds like G. So K and G. 8. This one took me the longest, but the number 8 looks like a cursive F. Then you'll also have to remember that 8 can be an F or a V sound. We're back to an easy one with 9. If you mirror image a 9, it's a P. Or if you rotate it, it becomes a B. So 9 is our P and B sounds. P and B. Now 0 starts with Z, so it's a Z sound. And a Z sound is pretty much a S sound. So when you say 0, you think of the Z or the S sound. And that's how you know that 0 is a Z or an S or Z. Sorry. You will have to watch that a few times. That is fine. Don't feel bad about that. What I would do then is write out some random 3-digit numbers and then try to convert them in your head. And then over time, you're gonna get faster and better at it, and it's gonna force you to memorize it as well. Let's say you wanted to memorize your boy Benjamin Franklin's birthday, which just so happens to be January 17th, 1706. If you wrote that out, that would be 01171706, which would then turn into STTKTKSJ. It could be a T or a D, it could be a K or a G, which altogether gives you Sid Dug Dug Sish which is gibberish. And so we need to put our own vowels in between all of the consonants to make our own words. For one example, you could turn that into sad dig dug sushi just by putting some vowels in there. So now when I want to remember Benjamin Franklin's birthday, I would imagine Benjamin Franklin flying his famous kite, and the electricity travels through the line into a Dig Dug arcade machine where a sad teen is playing Dig Dug. There's a little bento box of sushi on the control panel of the arcade box, and he's crying into it. We got our sad teen, we got our Dig Dug, we got our sushi, sad, Dig Dug, sushi. Or 01/17/1706, Benjamin Franklin's birthday. You did it. Next thing to remember is to subscribe to 3D Coach. That is me, and I will see you next week. Still COVID free, baby. Dear Lord.